20 years ago, when my twins were 4, they were kicked out of a daycare in Lincoln Road because the woman who owned it wanted to have a 100% vaccination rate. When I travelled to America with the twins and they were going to start school, the school system there was different and they wouldn't have been able to start when they turned 5. So I forged their vaccination certificates and birth certificates so they could start school early. We even faked a birthday for them in Toronto. I homeschooled my 4 children for several years, right in the middle of their kind of age of schooling. We didn't use the medical system very much at all, and we certainly didn't vaccinate any of the children. We used alternative healthcare systems, and the medical one that is promoted by New Zealand government isn't the only healthcare system. My 16 and 18-year-old boys are both unvaccinated, fully unvaccinated, perfectly healthy children, young adults. When my twins were young, 2 years old, the boy had measles. When my 2 younger boys were 2 and 4, they both had measles. We didn't use the healthcare system, so we don't have proof of that. Didn't even know it was a certifiable disease back then, don't think it was. Now it's a certifiable disease and you must notify your health professional. I don't think they're very professional. The documentation I looked at today regarding measles on the New Zealand Ministry of Health website said that one case constituted an outbreak and outbreak protocols would ensue. It also suggested those that were unvaccinated could do so within 72 hours of being likely being infected, and the vaccine would work. So I put those two together and got 6 and thought that the school nurses will end up trying to bully, coerce and give shit away to our children in order to get the vaccination rate up. My child goes to Albany Senior High School, which was just closed because one person has measles. Now there's been a big push for vaccinations recently to get your measles vaccine sheds, which means when you get the measles vaccine, you walk around for 2 weeks shedding measles. So the most likely explanation is that the person at Albany Senior has just been vaccinated and has now got symptoms, but the whole school has been shut down. The school today said that they would be liaising with the Ministry of Health to determine the next steps, some of which were laid out in the documentation at the Ministry of Health, but it's almost like they are making this up as they go along. They're figuring out how much pushback they're going to get, if any, and they're continuing along their little path of trying to get everyone vaccinated. So I feel really unsafe sending my kid to school, but I'm also sending my kid to school because if he can't, sorry about that bitch. My child is in elite basketball and he's not going to stop his sports and he will be going to school. He's had measles. I can't prove it. If they wish to prove it, they're welcome to do antibody tests. I don't have the cash for that right now. MMR, the vaccine in question, being pushed right now, is the one that many parents chose not to give their children. But the fact is that when someone has had the MMR and if they do get measles, they get a worse dose of it. My children have had measles. They're all immune. They have lifetime immunity because of that. They're perfectly healthy and they will be going to school. At least the one child will be going to school on Monday.